Yo, what's good, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the stream. Let me know where you guys are from. Let me know what you do. We're back for another Sync Producer Live. I'm excited to dig into some questions about sync licensing, seeing if your music is ready for TV and film. A little bit later, we're going to do some music reviews from inside the Sync Producer Hub community. Shout out to my Sync Producer Hub members in the building from syncproducerhub.com. If you're not a member, click the link in the description or the pinned chat. And join us because only Hub members can get their music reviews. So you definitely want to be in there. What else we got going on? We're going to share some wins next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern inside the Hub. I am doing an exclusive AI stack for music production business masterclass. I'm about to dig in deep, man. I'm telling you, I've been playing around with some stuff, and I'm gonna show you guys how you can use this to your advantage as a producer. Outside of the music, generation stuff, we all know about that. We about to get to the stuff that will help you move the needle in your business, get more done in less time, even if you have a day job. Man, it's just crazy. It's gonna be crazy. So that's next Wednesday. Again, if you're not a member, you got to be a member to get in there. And it's gonna be some sauce. It's gonna be some sauce. We got Z-Man. Is this stream? Yeah, we on YouTube. We live now. Love Legacy. What's good? Pascal. What's good? TRM is in the building. Good to see you, bro. We got Jason Dowdy, a music producer from Ontario, Canada, in the building. We got Jeff. What's good, Jeff? Good to see you. Hampton, Georgia, in the building. We got produced by Janie HB in the building. We got Larry B from Chicago. What's good? Where can I find raspy trombones, as in a library and not sliced, preferably? Dope lobby track, by the way. Appreciate it. That's a good question. Maybe somebody in the chat can chime in on that. Some raspy trombones. Denver, Colorado, R&B and hip hop producer. Good to see you, Joey. OG Uncle Rich from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the building, home of the Steelers. We got KJ. What's good? Bronx, New York, as always. We have the Flares music in the building. What's good, Flares? Michael McConnor. What's good? We made it to another Friday. We did indeed. It's Friday again, man. It's going by so fast. This week was productive. Dropped a brief inside the Hub, so we were all kind of working on that. Got a nice little submission off for an episode on a show. So hopefully we can land some placements on that. And then we got the other half of that brief due. What was that? What was the deadline on that? Monday, Tuesday? One of those days. So we'll send another submission out for that. So I'm super excited. So far we submitted, we're like 3 episodes in terms of submissions. So, hopefully, multiple Hub members can walk away with some placements, by the end of this season, once they start wrapping things up. Clint got bots working for him. Oh man, 100%, 100%. Jay Carter, what's good? Shout out to Jay Carter in the building. Yeah, man. I can't wait to dig into it. It's fun, man. It's fun stuff. All right, let's dig into some wins, man. Let's see what y'all been doing. And then we're gonna open it up for Q&A, and dig to the questions to get you guys unstuck for those who may be stuck. So share it with your friends, tell them to bring all their sync licensing questions, because this is where you get them answered. All right, we got Miguel. Zumba fitness placement. Let's go. My boy Kartik drums and I got a placement with our song Verano in Zumba Fitness, on Zumba Fitness. Got notified of it today. Let's go. Let me drop a comment real quick. I know they came with some heat on that. I think we probably heard it too. So shout out to Miguel and Kartik. Nothing but heat coming from those two. We got a small win from Dimitrik. He says, hello, family. Wanted to share one small win. I'm finally an artist composer on SoundZone website. I had a mama I made it moment for just a sec. Now, hopefully next up is the follow through with a placement I want to thank you, Anthony Clinton Jr., for all that you do for this community, and all the community members for all your support. Remember, it's the little things that count that can turn into something big. It's winning season. Let's go. They got his profile up. Not little. I didn't mean to say little like that. Like, little can sound mad disrespectful. I was playing around with my wife the other day, and I said little. She looked at me like, "What you mean little? What you mean by little?" It's so hilarious. All right, man. Congrats to Dimitri. Let's drop a comment. That's a great start right there. That's momentum. It's a win. Getting signed to a company is a start. You can't get the placement until you get the deal. He got the deal. Dion, great feedback, and I'm happy. First response back from a music library. I'm very happy that they enjoyed the tracks, of saying they're currently not adding any more composers at the moment. They will keep me on file, and they enjoy my tracks. Always seem to second guess myself when I send music out, saying to myself, were they good enough? But after this, I need to have more confidence with my music. I'm very happy with this. That is 100%. Shout out to Dion on that win. And that's a fact. Listen, like, that's why we do live music reviews every Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time, because that is like one of the main things that holds producers back from just submitting. It's just like, you second guess yourself. It's like, man, I don't know if it's good enough. I don't want to send it out because I don't want to burn any bridges. We hear this so many times, and it's so common. So if you feel that way, it's 100% normal. Everybody feels that way before they start pitching music, especially for sync, when you're just like, I don't know if, like, is it structured right? Did I, do all the metadata right? All of that stuff. But you don't know until you put yourself out there and you get the feedback. Dion got the feedback, so now she can move forward more confidently. And yeah. And then you start stacking, like, those small wins. That small confidence boost is everything. We got another win from Frime Beats. Let's see what Frime been winning like a few weeks in a row. It says, album getting signed, victory is mine. That's a bar. Big win to share with the fam. After weeks of back and forth with the publisher, I'm not gonna lie, the restructuring process had me overwhelmed at times, but I locked in, went all in, and knocked it out the park. Re-uploaded the full playlist on Disco, resubmitted the entire revised album exactly how they wanted it. And after all that hustle, they're ready for deliverables. We're moving forward. That's a process, man. And the cherry on top, this album is landing on Warner Chappell Music. If you know, you know. That's a serious placement machine. That's a fact. But the work isn't done yet. Now that they're ready to sign, here's what the finish line actually looks like. So he has to do 15-second, 30-second, 60-second versions of all 10 tracks. This is the work nobody wants to do. I'm gonna be honest. Getting sync placement sound exciting. People get super hyped up in the beginning, and then the publisher hits them with this list right here. This is the one that will take you out. If your mind ain't right, if your mindset ain't right, it's gonna take you out, and then we'll never hear from you again. 15-second, 30-second, 60-second versions of all 10 tracks, full stems. They do their own internal mastering. 2 alternate versions per pack. So they want a drums only and a melodies only. So you got your drums only, your melodies only, a 15, a 30, a 60-second, and you got full stem. So you got about 5. You got 5 versions here, plus bouncing out all your stems. That's going to take most people out. If you can get through this, you don't got to worry about sync being oversaturated, because most people ain't going to do this work. I guarantee you. Like, they see it, and they're used to hit and bounce all, and then they just send the track out to the artist, and they're done. Sync is a whole nother level. Like, once you start getting to this stuff, and it's not fun. Like, it's not fun. Like, trust me, I've been trying to get AI to do this for me. I haven't figured it out yet, because like this is the part, man, where like AI can't do it efficiently yet. It's just not there yet. It can't do it. I was asking, like, how can you do this? I am gonna play around with some. I had some other ideas I'm gonna play around with. But that's a different conversation. Anyways, 6 months of building this album, and I've got a few more days of grind ahead. That's the game. 6 months, right here. 6 months, and this is just working on it to get to the point of deliverables. So once he gets the deliverables over, it's still going to take a while for them to package the album up, for them to do all the mixing and mastering stuff, or the mastering, the artwork, the release. So it's going to be a while. And then after that, it's got to get placed. So like, again, going back to that instant gratification, if you're an instant gratification kind of person where you got to see immediate results, sync is not for you. Just walk away. Find something else to do, because it's not instant. But this is amazing though. This is the work though this is what gets the placements. So he says, here's the real talk on the deadline. This is a masterclass, just this win alone. Once it's done, the publisher takes up to 6 months to push it to their catalog. Realistically, I'm looking at 18 months before I see $1 from this album. But here's why I'm genuinely excited anyway. I started pitching other publishers early last year. That pipeline is starting to rotate now. This is how sync income actually works. It's not a spike. It's a slow building, compounding revenue stream, steady like a long-term stock. The meat grinder is filling up. Keep pushing, fam. Sync licensing isn't glamorous in the short term, but if you stay consistent and trust the process, it pays off in ways that last. We'll keep you all posted as this develops. Much love to the whole hub, fam. So he shared that with us. Sign that deal. Let's go. Love to see it. So yeah, persistence, 100%. No way to know if Warner Chappell does their internal mastering for most. All that's necessary. Great new win for sure. Indeed. What's up, Glass House? So true, Lord. Was work. It's crazy, man. It's so much work on the front end before it even starts working. That's the hard part. You working hard before the work is working. We doing this because we want the work to work for us, but we got to do the work so the work can work, and then the work start working. It starts with work though. All right, let's scroll up in these comments. I'm gonna open up the member only line. If you all want to come up on video or audio and ask a question, or you can just ask it in the chat. If you're not a member, you can just drop your question in the chat. TR says congrats getting placed with Warner Chappell. Hold on, we got a meal from Allison. What we eating for dinner? Hold on, let me find the post. Okay, nope, that's not the dinner. We gotta find the dinner post. Here we go. We got Allison. Dinner tonight is tacos with pork meat with fixings, cheese, tomatoes, onions, lettuce, sour cream, salsa. Oopsie, forgot the avocado. It's taco night. Thank you, Allison, for bringing the tacos. LW, the only loss in my bracket so far is, of course, Ohio State. I'm mad I read this comment. Take this comment off my screen. Remove it from the broadcast. LW throwing shots at the Ohio State University. If you're going to say it, you got to say it right, LW. You can't. And I know you intentionally left the off because you didn't want to show the Buckeyes the respect that they deserve. All right. It's okay. Because we have multiple championships in football. So, all right. It's too early. It's too early in the stream. Payday producer, what's good? Good to see you. Lone Pixel, what's good? Let's see. Yeah, that is the work. Just share the win. No pressure to share. Oh no, we are going to share that win. Let me refresh. We got a 2%. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. All right. Today's 2% win. What's good, everyone? Happy Friday. Wanted to share this with the community because it's as much about you as it is as it about me. Just before the strings masterclass I hosted with Jason Dowdy, I sent off an email to one of my favorite companies, Spitfire Audio, inquiring about working together. As you know, I'm an avid fan of their awesome libraries. I received an initial reply with an intro to a member of the marketing team. Well, music companies that produce sample libraries are just as busy as music libraries. And so after a delay, I received a follow-up to arrange a meeting on how they can support me. For me, this is huge. This is massive. Grateful to be in this position to be received the support from a company like Spitfire Audio. And thank you for being such an awesome community, willing to help me push myself and share what I know with you. The Michael / Spitfire collab is on the way. Let's go. I love to see it. That's a great partnership brewing. I hope it works out in your favor, Michael. This is awesome. Because he's always talking about Spitfire, man. And then he like shows us how he uses it. And we're just like, okay, yeah, we need to go get that. So yeah, y'all need to work together. That compound interest, 100%. Speaking of Warner, they finally dropped the marching band hip hop album that I did for them. And then going back to that timeline, we worked on that. When did we finish that? Dang, I think it was last year. I know we started it yeah, we did that like last year. It's just now coming out, so we're about in like second quarter. So it was probably like, yeah, it was about two quarters ago. So I'll drop a link in the hub if you guys want to check that out, listen to it. That was fun. It was a collaboration between me and the homie Martarius. Main Productions went absolutely crazy on that album. So I'm excited to see what that does for us, for sure. Just loading up that machine, that pipeline, that system. Z-Man says, not gonna lie, the mastering is my hold up. Have to seriously rethink that. My mix, I feel, is good enough. All feedback I've gotten is not about the mix. Dope. So, hey, use one of these mastering plugins. Like, they will get the job done. 100%. I used Logic's AI mastering plugin on all of the lo-fi tracks that we submitted. I used AI's mastering plugin on all of them. It did it. So that's what I would do, especially if it's just the mastering. Your mix is cool, and you just got to get that final master volume pumped up. Nice little finalized EQ on there. You're good. Prime time is speaking the truth. Exactly. Let's go, Mellow Mushroom. I haven't had that in a while. Terrible. What's good, LV Drizzle? Shout out to LV Drizzle, man. They be looking out. Appreciate that. Indeed. Spitfire is crazy dope. Let's go. I'm catching up on all these comments. I'm behind. Let's go. Let's go. I did, yeah, man. Like, I did something with, like, a while back with one of their was it brass? It was like one of their brass plugins or something like that. So yeah, shout out to them, man. They're good people. Walking in late, sipping homemade hot chocolate, yum. Working on a last minute track that's not quite done. We'll submit before 10. Let's go, Rich. Good to see you. Hot chocolate sounds good. So we got tacos and hot chocolate so far. Try Isotopes Ozone 11 or 12. Boom, there you go. I use Kits AI. I love it. My mom sponsors me the $25 per month. Let's go, mom. The mom sponsorship. The $25 can go a long way with a nice little plug-in. Dope. Michael McConnor's win is Spitfire hitting him back about potential collaboration and how they can support him in his future endeavors. That was the win, man. Huge. All right, y'all. I'm taking questions. Drop your questions in the chat. Talking about sync licensing, how you can get your music placed on TV and film. If you're stuck, something you've been wondering, we're here. I'm here. Let's get it. We got Jeff. Have you ever used Slate Digital headphones to mix? Any word on them as a remedy for bedroom mix problems? I haven't used them personally, but from what I've heard, they are pretty good, especially if you have bedroom acoustic issues. I heard they can definitely get the job done. Everybody I know who has them like them, but I haven't used them personally. The boos are feedback of a kind, 100%. It is feedback. But yeah, I heard good things about them. I was always curious because I personally don't like mixing in like closed back headphones, but I haven't heard anybody like really complain about it, especially like if that's like that. From what I hear, it beats trying to mix in a like non-treated room. So, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I think you can like kind of change the environments that you're mixing into like reference and stuff, which is kind of cool. 50 Vince is in the building. What's up? $50 been putting in some work too. Jason Dowdy says, did you hear about that court case where a man in North Carolina ripped off DSPs like Spotify for $8 million with AI music and bots? That sounds familiar. That is a lot of money. What kind of bots? Like, how do you get that many streams to eat? Like, you need a lot of streams to get $1,000. This dude got 8 million. And like, was this over? I'm gonna look it up. Michael says, I'm still buzzing from your Christmas tracks you played for us end of last year. Speaking of Spitfire, keys, and tritones, how does a Christmas collab album sound, oh sensei? Oh, that would be fire. That would be crazy. Possibly. What the best thing to start within sync licensing, because I just started in this field and I don't know what to start with now. What do you do best? Whatever you create the best style, genre wise, take that and then watch TV, watch some shows, some movies or whatever, and see if you hear that in TV shows and movies. If you do, that's an indicator that what you do, there's a demand for it. There's a need for it. Now, from there, you create a playlist of 5 tracks that are optimized and structured to be used in a media setting, right? So we structure things a certain way. which you know, we could like intro, like short intros, verse builds up halfway through, hook, breakdown, build back up, hook, sting ending, things like that. It's like the general structure. And you just take those 5 tracks and then you start reaching out to sync licensing companies, music libraries, sync publishers, and yeah, you just keep pitching until you hear back. And then if they like what they hear, they reach back out, you do a licensing deal, you create more for them, they work for you to pitch it, and then you just kind of go from there. But to start is getting a playlist of 5 tracks. Mid to up tempo usually gets placed more than the slow stuff, so I would definitely start there to increase your chances. Made tracks with AI, then listened via AI. That's wild. Like 8 million is that's a lot. Yes, roll to 10 placements. Everything inside Sync Producer Hub will get you started. So we have a classroom, right? So once you join, you get instant access to this right here. This is what Jeff is talking about. Roll to 10 placements. Start with that. That's going to walk you through everything you need to know to get you started. Like if you don't take any other course in this classroom, this is the one to take. This one, and then I'll say this one, how to structure. Because if your structure is trash, none of this matters because you'll just get rejected, even though you know how to do this stuff. So this one unlocks at level 2. But yeah, these 2 definitely, that's the core of everything else we teach in here. So that's how you get started, man. It's going to walk you through step by step, make it super simple for you and not overwhelm you. Because when you try, you know, I like the question that you asked is like, what's the first step? Because a lot of people try like, what's all the steps? And then you just get overwhelmed because it's like, you don't need to know all the steps up front. One step at a time. Let's see. Here we go. Larry uses VSX. Trust and believe the struggle was real, going back and forth to the car to see if the master was good. I wonder if they use something like Apple Tie My Email, which creates spoof addresses. I think he figured out some kind of bleed off, like the bank story about the person who took a penny from every account and made millions fast. Yep. Matter of fact, I remember Larry talking about those. Generated hundreds of thousands of AI songs according to the article. That's crazy. I've been seeing a lot of people, like people who don't make music at all. Like they're turning into like a whole business model where they just generate a bunch of songs and like create a bunch of YouTube videos to, to create income. It's interesting. Especially, I mean, yeah. I've scoured the internet in vast libraries and haven't heard a sound or style like mine. Don't know if that's good or bad. Have to get in the hub for the feedback and more for sure. Oh, absolutely. How much, if any, have you updated the 10 placements course? I still have it done. Oh, yeah. If you still have it, like the core information is the same. If you have the video course, if it's the one with the videos, you're good. Like that, most of that information still applies. Like everything now that we're teaching is just like, it's just us now adding technology to do a lot of the stuff, right? Like, how to introduce yourself when pitching. So if you're VIP, you have access to the Sync Producer AI suite. So now we're like using technology to help us pitch. So we got like a pitch assistant. You type in your name, your style, um, you know, anything about you, and then it'll draft a pitch email for you, and then you can like literally, once you click like generate or whatever, it'll open up in your email provider, or you can do like a copy and paste or whatever, and it just makes pitching easy. You can even like type in a publisher website, it'll extract the email. This is iffy. Sometimes it can't find an email address. So it can be like hit or miss when it's crawling the websites, and depending on where that email address is located. But yeah, there's that. And then like the business stuff, we got the split sheet generator to make that easy when you're talking about the business stuff. So yeah, so it's like the principles are still there. How we execute this stuff, like how we find companies. Like there's a prompt in here somewhere where, you know, we show you the cheat code to prompt like hundreds of companies in like a minute using AI. So, oh, just thousands. Mr. G Cuddy, I'm a sync producer, Hub Ally. Do you realize the pros have totally different pay systems? Like with ASCAP, the bigger yearly payouts go to a surveyed bunch of broadcasts throughout the year. Yes, I've heard this. I've heard this. I was having a conversation with another sync producer, and he had mentioned like switching PROs because, you know, slightly different systems, and he noticed more with some of those. And then yeah, it's interesting. It's like one of those things like you don't know. I still have to do that experiment where I need to register my kids and like make them equal collaborators and get some placements, and then I want to compare and contrast payouts. Weird question. The latest Bachelorette just got pulled, abruptly canceled. I heard about that. That was wild. The Bachelorette herself was canceled for bad behavior. What happens if you got placed for episodes that don't ever air? Bro, she messing with everybody's bag. Like, what are you doing? So, depending on the kind of placement it was, if you got paid up front for the placement, I would imagine like they're not gonna hit you up and ask for a refund of payment. I don't think so. I've never had that situation. But I would imagine like if you get I imagine you get the sync fee because technically they synced it to picture even though it didn't air. You just don't get royalties because it never aired. So that's how I think that would be handled. So if you got paid the upfront fee, then you know that'll probably just be it, and you just won't see any back end from it, unfortunately. So that is a wild situation. I feel funny just even referencing an idea for Suno, let alone just releasing AI songs unedited. There's actually a documentary out here in Germany where a hacker is using bots and tricks to generate streams on songs for major German artists, and the hacker is getting paid from some major labels. Oh, wow. What's good? FYM Beats has arrived. I don't have that yellow orange cat on my school. Really? It's a dang, what's the shortcut? It's a shortcut. Do you know what the cat does? Watch this. It plays music. I gotta remember the shortcut. I think it's like shift. Shoot. I forgot. Shift C? No. Control C? I think it's something with a C for cat. Yeah, it's so random, but it helps. Like when you're going through replying to comments, you just turn on some music. It has got different styles. Make it I think that's just the sound effect. Funky. Some gangster hip hop. So yeah, little fun fact. I gotta find the shortcut for that. I think I dropped it in here. Let me see if I can search it. Let there be cat. Oh, so go up to the search bar and type "Let there be cat." Let's try it. Well, my cat's already there. That sounds crazy. Let there be cat. Wait, hold on. It probably won't do it because I already have it up. Yeah, I forget how to take it off. But try it. Try it in the hub. See if it pops up for you. I consider switching to BMI currently with Gemma. It takes hella long to get paid for international royalties, but that's where the placement's rolling. Oh yeah. It's crazy. Technically, it's ABC's fault. She was known to have issues, and they didn't do their due diligence. Crazy. That makes sense. Upfront fee if there is one, but no back-end royalties. Yep. These shows thrive on people who present subhuman behavior because that's what draws in viewers. Yo, seriously, like Love is Blind, bro. Like it, like you understand why most of those people are single. You're just like, yeah, that's why. That's why you're having trouble settling down because you're crazy. And then some of them, they just, they find the right person, they click, boom, good to go. But a lot of the other ones, man, top tier weirdos. I'd be nervous to be on that show. You just don't marriage is a massive commitment, number one. And then to just not know anybody for real. I can't. I gotta go the old school way, man. I gotta start the old school way. We gotta have some conversations first. It worked. Okay, perfect. That's crazy. Let's go, Rich. Banging it out. Shoe cat. That's okay. Let's try it. Shoe cat. Yes. Thank you. Shoe cat to make it go. And then let there be cat. I love it. Do independent filmmakers check the libraries? Yeah, for sure. They check the libraries, and then if they're on a smaller budget, depends on which libraries. But yeah, for sure. It's just easier. Some of them use the stock music sites. But yeah, most definitely. Sync up dating new business feature. Oh man, that's hilarious. It would just be out of, like, we have an overwhelming amount of men just in music in general. Shout out to my lady producers in the hub, but it would just be extremely outnumbered. It just, the dating pool would be extremely lopsided. It'd be like 300 guys, 200 plus guys, and then like a handful of women. James, what's good? How is actually working with streaming royalties? Is there a transparent calculator? Like in linear TV, it's most likely airtime, but how is working with streaming? Never thought about that, bro. Nobody knows. It's like at least on my statement, it'll say, it doesn't even say the show. It'll just say the track title and then Hulu. And then, 0.07 cents. There's no, I take that back. If you download the CSV, you see a little more detail. I did discover that. You see a little more detail. So I think it does have, I think they do factor in the amount of streams. But it's like, it's very similar to just like Spotify music streaming. I don't know if the length of time plays a role like it does with TV, like you mentioned it just being linear. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I don't know how they weigh that. If the vocal stuff pays more, like it's so, and I've talked to like CSAC about it, like personally, and because they've been trying to get more transparency because they don't know. They're just like, yo, like the streaming services, they were just like, they try to give us as little information as possible. And they talk about how they have like representatives just trying to, pass legislation for like more transparency so that they can further hold, the streaming services accountable and see exactly like, how much are you paying us and why are you paying us this much? And like, where are these numbers coming from? Because when there's lack of transparency, you could just give somebody anything and it's just like you hope it's right or okay or fair, but it's like it's ultra vague. It's ultra vague. It's vague on our end, and from talking to my PRO, it's vague on their end. And they want it to be less vague. That's what I've gathered from my questioning. I have no idea. Toon Edge had a brief for an independent horror film. The song had to use the word whisper. I had a song, he whispers when he lies, and it got accepted. That's a win. Those songs you just have that has the word whisper in it. It was just sitting there. Now you have the exact use for it. I love when that happens. It's like like a song you haven't thought about, and then the brief comes up and you're like, boom, that's perfect for that. How long does it take to IMDb to create our composer profile? If it's our first placement, movie doc profile is up since a week, but nothing happened for the music side. Any experience? Shoot, I think for the music profile. I don't remember it taking that long. Did you do the IMDb Pro, like the full profile, or did you just add the credit to a show? Because I know usually usually I know that when I've added credits to a show, usually that's up like within 24 hours. But if it's creating the actual profile, I'm not sure. LR Beats. Clint, I got a full team of composers, musicians, engineers, and singers. We're trying to reach out some libraries because we have a catalog of 100 plus music, one stop, ready to license. What you think? I think you would be better off approaching music supervisors, or I would reach out to music supervisors primarily because you're almost kind of acting like you have like a small catalog. You could act like as a publisher. If you reach out to a library how we reach out to a library as individuals, that could be overwhelming because you're dealing with a lot of different individuals in splits, which could just be overcomplicated at once for a publisher, a licensing company, because they're going to have to do like agreements with all those people. There's a lot of moving parts. Unless you set up a situation to where like you wouldn't approach them how we would typically approach them as individuals. You could approach them to say, hey, I have a catalog of music. And then, as long as splits and things are clean on each song, and it's not like a bunch of different writers on each song, then maybe the conversation would be more of some type of co-publishing situation. So that's probably how I would approach that situation. Was last March. Don't know if it got used. I've heard it can take 3 to 6 months to show up on your PRO. Yeah, or you can use upload it on TuneSat and see if that picks anything. Well, if it's a movie though, if it wasn't released on streaming, it probably won't pick that up. Data boy, what's good, bro? I use ChatGPT to create a message for me to sound professional. Helps a lot. Boom. That's it. That's the play, man. That's the play. Rub, bro, y'all be trolling, bro. Rub your head for good luck. I don't believe in luck. I believe in doing the work, and then you do the work, and then you see results because you did the work. And then the rest is whether or not it's supposed to happen or not. So yeah, the streaming situation is so all over the place, man. They add up. Like the play with streaming that I've noticed is not like the royalties. That's like, this little, you just toss it to the side. The play is the upfront money. Like whenever you're getting a placement on like a streaming show, it's the credibility and the upfront sync fees. Because a lot of these shows, even though they don't pay a lot in royalties, you can still see, anywhere from, especially for songs, you can see anything from like, $300 up to, multiple thousands or whatever. But then just know the back end is not going to be crazy. Let's bring KJ up with a question. Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing well. Hey, I got a question about March Madness.
Okay.
So I heard like March Madness turns stuff so around so fast a lot of times that you don't get the normal paperwork. Is that true? What I
Um.
mean by that is they accept the music so fast until they sometimes they just use it and then you see it on the back end and don't even know it's been used.
Oh yeah, yeah, that can definitely happen. And then a lot of times the paperwork, if you're working with a publisher, like that part is technically done. And a lot of that stuff, it can be depends on the situation. Sometimes there could be upfront money. If it's not, and it's just like a blanket license to just use a bunch of music, then you won't see anything upfront, and then you probably won't even know anything got placed unless if a publisher lets you know, or yeah, you'll see it on the back end.
So you could, like, if you sent it over to a library, you still will get a response back from the library stating, "Hey, we like this. We want to use this for March Madness." You'll still get that confirmation.
You may not, unless they let you know, hey, hey, we'll let you know if we move forward. Like if there's something where it's some type of exclusive deal, and they don't want to tie your music down, they'll
Hmm.
let you know then. But if it's just under your regular agreement with the company, you can submit it, and you don't hear anything, and then they could place it like same week sometimes.
Okay. So it's
Yep.
possible you could be watching the game and you're like, "That's my track."
Yep.
You could
100%.
possibly be like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, is that true or what? I thought I would ask you about that and have you elaborate on that because I know we're in this March Madness season. I know a lot of us probably submitted material to like Tune Edge and
Yep.
different ones who had stuff out there. So,
Yep.
okay, that's good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. No problem.
Yep.
Peace. Um. Yeah, Data Boy says I had a few sports placements I knew nothing about until the pub told me. Um, yeah, 100%. Um, that part, opportunity and preparedness, nothing more. Yeah, because I mean, I don't like if you believe in luck, then you remove the accountability for you remove all control for you to do anything about it because you're just like, oh well, I'm just not lucky, and then it's just an excuse to not do the work. But if you believe, okay, there's no luck, the only way I'm going to make this happen is if I show up every day, I do the work. Um, and then if there's alignment between the work I did and what the client needs, then boom, I win. That's it. And then all you have to do is focus on the inputs and then let the outputs do what they do. Tune Edge in an interview said music soups do not like being bugged by publishers asking if tracks got plays. 100%. Cause like it's a lot. Listen, like man, if y'all knew like the behind the scenes stuff that publishers have to go through, like it's a lot, man. Like to manage a catalog, to manage relationships, to manage paperwork, and then you got like you're dealing with people. So there's that. There's a lot, man. And they're working, like they're trying to get your stuff placed. So it's like us on our end, it's like produce, submit, forget, right? And we're like back in the studio working on more music and we're forgetting about like the stuff we pitched. So if they're taking the same approach to where they're like submit, forget, they're submitting the music to the client, and then the next time they think about that is like if the client hits them back. But they're like moving on to the next project, trying to get music supplied for other things. So it's a lot of moving parts. And then the publisher probably don't even know, and because you got cue sheets and stuff that has to be completed. So they just send it over, and then if you've ever been on set, I know a couple of you probably been on set. I know Michael's on set a lot. You see all the moving parts on set, just in a production, like a TV film production, bro. Ain't nobody ain't nobody thinking about like post production in that process. It's like the last part of the whole thing. Unless you're like obviously the sports stuff, that's kind of like boom, they're plugging music like in real time. But yes, it's a lot. It's a lot of moving parts. Yeah, that'd be epic. No, not yet. I am going to, what I am going to do is no, actually no. He replied. It was around Super Bowl weekend. I need to follow up. And then I'm going to follow up with some more music for him. Like I tell y'all, like if you follow up with more music. So that's what I'm going to do to kind of to nudge him. Cuz he said he was going to check him out. So yeah. Music supervisor sounds stressful. Man, I don't listen. Shout out to music supervisors. They do a lot of work too. And they're juggling a lot. But like if you're like, you know, if you're a publisher and you're like you got a lot of different writers, that's probably could be a cleaner route, because now you're also kind of responsible for that too, and making sure everybody gets paid. I had an interesting convo with the manager from TuneEdge Artist Portal regarding music subs with multiple writers and splits, but an executed one-stop agreement is there. He said, still, everybody has to sign due to their automatic system. Yeah, that's true. Because it's like, I've had some collaborations through there. Because as soon as you send something off as another writer, it sends them an email to hop on the platform, fill out their information, all that fun stuff. So he said, so that's a bummer for me since I'm always working with different artists. Yeah, I get it. Because then you gotta make sure they also go and sign up to complete the paperwork, or like the track doesn't move. They can't move forward. There's a loop I've learned about to get your music in front of certain music advisors, kind of hit or miss, but bigger hit than miss. That's what's up. Boom. Thank you, LW. TuneEdge manager is an approachable guy. Makes you feel 100%. We talked about one of the videos on the channel. I did it was like a response video. So, all right, y'all, we are about to transition into live music reviews. Listen to some music from the community, seeing if it's ready for TV and film. So if you want an opportunity to submit, the link is in the description. The directions are in the description. You gotta read directions. That's Sync 101 right there. So go grab a snack. We're gonna come back. I'm excited to hear what y'all been working on. And yeah, let's get are back for live music reviews, seeing if your music is ready for TV and film. If it is, we'll let you know. If it's not, we'll give you some feedback to help you get it to the next level. So first we got to start off with the leaderboard so we can see who gets played first tonight. And right now we got Janelle, Frime, and Nate, top 3 on the 7-day leaderboard. So we about to play theirs first, as long as they submit it. So if y'all ready to dig into this music, man, drop some fire emojis in the chat. Don't forget next Wednesday. No, let's start with tomorrow. Tomorrow, Sync Producer Spotlight. We got Jason Dowdy Music. Follow him here on YouTube. He hosts the Sync Producer Spotlight. We're going to have Chelsea on this weekend. Phenomenal producer, songwriter. Excuse me, I got thirsty. So that's going to be a fire interview. Make sure you guys tap in with Jason for that tomorrow. The link to that is in the hub, and then you can see it on YouTube, Jason Dowdy Music's channel. That's tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we're doing the AI Masterclass for producers. That's going to be fire. It's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern time. You got to be a member of in the hub to see that. So click the link in the description, join the hub, get in there. Cancel at the end of the month if you want. Just get in there, get this information for AI, and then learn how to implement this stuff in your music production business. If you do not, you will get left behind in the dust as this technology is advancing rapidly, and those who don't know how to use it you just gonna be getting dusted by everybody else. So so I'm seeing the fire emojis. Let's dig into this music. Janelle, I was about to say Jonelle. I be renaming everybody on this joint. Janelle is first. Let's see what we got, man. Let's get it popping. There we go. I might have shared this one already, but this was my first attempt at a trailer track. I worked on the structure to have clear edit points. Let's go. Boom, there's that link. Shout out to LW for dropping that link for us. Pulse of Darkness. I see the structure. Let's go, Rich. Get it in, Rich. Get it in there. Drums are hitting. Percussion is crazy. Love it. Gosh. It was quite a dramatic way to start the show, Janelle. I thought it was gonna come in a little smoother than that. It got intense quick. Golly. All right, let's go, Janelle. So yeah, this was structured great for a trailer. I see the 3-act thing. Got your build up going on here. Like this little drop. That was dope. Got the drop there. Got that little intro. What do they call that thing? It's called something. I forget. But yeah, good work on this. I think it's ready. Love the percussion on there. Love the sounds, the sound design stuff in there. Yeah, I rock with it. I rock with it. What does that sound in the background? Like a possessed screaming banshee fire. Yeah. No, literally, like, yeah, I think we've heard like everything from Janelle. I'm not quite sure what she can't compose either, Keith, to be honest with you. All right. Well, that's how we start this show. Frime. This is kind of a crazy top 3 to come on, man. This is like the 3rd week in a row. Frime. I seen Frime in here somewhere. Optimus Frime time. Prime time Frime. It's Friday, baby, and it's live review time with the homie Anthony Clint Jr. Salute to the whole community bringing energy this Friday. It's on one of the tracks from my Victory Is Ours album. We've been enjoying this album thoroughly. This is made for sports, high energy videos, and any other type of content it could fit, and it features live horns from that boy Franco. Franco been going crazy on the horns, hasn't he? Because the whole project was with him. Enjoy. Let me know what y'all think. Shout out to Felipe for his feedback on this track, helping me separate it in 3 acts for my publisher. We were just talking about that 3-act thing too. I think he would. Here we go. I got licorice and gummy bears tonight. Oh my. The mix on these sound amazing. The horns. Variety in here. Yeah. There's so many options in that track. Shout out to Felipe, because that, yeah, they gonna have fun with that. This album's gonna be great. Like, sheesh. I can't wait. It's always fun to like see the placements start coming in from an album. It's just, that's the best, man. I love albums. I just got sentimental. Yeah, it's ready. Did I DJ horn that? The mix, the live horns, like, it's always something about a live horn and the articulation from the musician playing that thing in real time. That's dope. Yeah, it is. Quite appropriate. Let's go. All right. That was Frime. We got his. Nate is up next. Let's see if we can find Nate. Did we get a submission from Nate? We may not have had. We got something from Mark or from Flares. I don't think we got one from Nate this week. Let me double check. Okay. Dimitrik is up next. At a cool, smooth, he's 5 points away from Nate. So we're going to play him next. All right, here we go. Hello, Hub fam. Since we are still in March Madness phase, I wanted to create a motivational trap vibe I did for an album I'm working for workout enthusiasts. Now, this could be for other things, but I had it tailored to this particular album. Track title is called No Pain, No Gain. Hope you all enjoy it. Let's go. No doubt, man. Keep it up, bro. Pass the tacos, Allison. Nice. Love the melody on here. Yeah, man. Dimitrik with that heat yet again. Good work. Yeah. It's ready. Y'all are March Madness ready. I'm loving it. Great brass lines, great melodies, great mixes. These mixes are sounding top tier. I am pleased where this low end is living. Everything is in its own space. Nice use of the stereo field. I think I hear one of my horn melodies in there. Yeah. Great groove and vibe. Very bouncy. Drum pattern on point. Yeah. Those are dope because those little drum drops and stutters, it brings you back in. Keeps it interesting. So yeah, good work, man. All right, let's start from the bottom of the list this week. Transitions are sweet, edits are nice, mixes put together really nice. Boom. Let's go, Demo. Rich got it in. He got it in on time. Discomfort Zone, not a typical playground for me to play in. Another 1 minute work. Owes some of its heat to Gangsta Secession. Booms with staccato brass, weird piano treatment, some marching drums is different for me and definitely out of my comfort zone, which is the whole idea. Let's check it out. Yo. I hear you though, Rich. Dude, with the right drums, this could be March Madness ready. The melody and stuff is there. Oh yeah, you got to finish that, Rich. It's not that far away. With the brass piano. Yeah, dude. All that joint needed some fire drums, extended to a couple minutes, and yeah. Why I keep clicking out of this tonight? And you'll be good to go. Shout out to Rich. We get to catch Rich like literally in the middle of his creation process, and I love it. It's gonna come back like finished. It's gonna go crazy. Let's go. Yep, no doubt, man. Way to step out the comfort zone too. All right, sketching this one out still. Oh, that's Mark. That's Flares. We're going to come back to him. B Ward just got in. Here's my track. Sports Amp Up track for pregame and celebration after. We are in full blown sports mode tonight. It's a thing without even it being a thing. Oh, I had the drums drop halfway through this. Seems like a long intro. And boy, did they drop. Right? I think you just reply and then it automatically puts the name in there. Yeah, the progression's crazy. Yep. Yep, that'll do it, man. That'll work. The mix on those drums. The only thing I would change is just shortening that intro by half, so that by 15 seconds max, those drums are dropping. But yeah, outside of that, that thing is ready to go, man. That thing is ready to go. All right, we got Michael McConnor with Midnight Alibi. Alibi is a work in progress, trying to harness a UK funk and soul sound for a crime brief. This is the instrumental, so the 2-bar breaks before the hook will be filled in by smoky vocals. Looking forward to having this one done and submitted. Excuse me. Appreciate the feedback. That bass. These are smoky vocals. I filled it in for you, Michael. My bad. I can hear this in some crime stuff, especially that bass line, drums. All VSTs? Smoky vocals. Those are more smoky vocals. Yep. Opening scene. Oh yeah. Smoky vocals. More smoky vocals. Woo! I love how it's building too. What's up, High C? We need another Ocean. Such a good movie. Patty P in the building. Ooh, I like how that ends. It reminds you that this is a crime movie. There's something fishy going on. Good work. Yeah. I like that. Especially y'all gonna have vocals on there. That's crazy. Has a period piece vibe to it. Bell bottoms and afros. Yep, it could work for that. Super spy vibes. This hits every mark deep. It was super funky. You got Patty P in here dancing and not running. Looks like I showed up in time for someone who might need some real trumpets over their track. We were just talking about trumpets. Shaft 2026. It sounds like some James McGregor would have done with video. Facts. Superfly, Super Spy. Yeah, that was fire. And I think everyone else thinks as well. Oh, you got a thumbs up from LW DJ Horn for that. Wow. I didn't think I'd see that. I didn't think I'd see that for at least 2 to 3 years. I mean, that's amazing. You've outdone yourself, Michael. Oh man, you got approval from LW. A thumbs up. Wow. All right. We're off to a great start. All right, Philip Davis. I ain't been on a Friday session in quite some time. And man, going through these songs, oh my God, this team is fire, is super talented. It makes you want to go even harder because man, y'all stuff is sounding great. Shout out to Philip. All right, we got one from Dwayne Andrews. What's good, fam? After last week's live, I was inspired to get one in for review. And as life does, just got in and made a valiant effort in getting this, in on a little mix. Let's go. All right. We're gonna keep trying. The day that happens, man, we're gonna have a full-blown celebration. This sound like I've gotten briefs before for like reflective hip hop. This would be that. The way those pads are, the progression. Yeah, I would tighten up Sting ending. You can probably go longer, a minute and a half to 2 minutes, but it's not like you were trying to just get this idea out. This is a great start. I would pan the hi-hats to like the left or right or something, or slightly get them out the middle. Transitional sounds. So in between your sections, having some type of riser, some type of swell, some type of just transitional effects, so we can feel you going to the next section. Yep. You got the breakdown in there. Yeah, and just tightening up on the mix stuff, but this isn't too far off. Yeah, I would consider this sort of like some kind of reflective hip hop. Love the pads you got in there. Guitar, you can probably keep it in there. Maybe have a mix without it, like your underscore or something without the guitar. The Floating Vibe would love a big deep sub 808. Yeah. It would be complete. Yeah. Yep. Good work. 286.79. Listen, if you want to get your music placed, sit aside 286.79 for the scammers that are out here trying to get everybody. Shout out to my guy Eric Campbell from Control Camp. He had posted it on Threads as well. I reshared it because he's seen it from people in his community as well. So like everybody, all the communities are like putting whoever's doing this on blast so that as many people as possible do not fall for the shenanigans that they are trying to pull. And it's, even he said, it was like, it was convincing. It was convincing the way they got that stuff set up. They put some thought into it. It's like, wait, have you actually worked in this space before? Because this is quite elaborate. Like, y'all know how this thing works. All right. I was in the mad dash. Hey, that ain't bad to just be, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get it out real quick. I ain't mad at that at all. Good work. Cause listen, there's been some times where I'll just try and like hurry up, knock something out, and it don't turn out. It just ends up yep. I may have to miss this one. May have to miss this brief because this did not. And I went in there inspired. I went in there like, oh, I know exactly what I want to do. Nope, didn't work out. We got John Carter in the building. Says, been a while. Same client from before, requested a style flip away from lo-fi, but with the same elements, vocalizations, chord structures. So this is what I came up with. I call it Mo Flavor. Okay. I like that little melody. I feel like I'm just saying little all string. Come on, vocals. We're gonna talk about this. Jay Carter. This is dope. It needs a Sting ending, but this is dope. Snare rolls crazy. This one. I love some harmonies, man. You put some harmonies in anything, and I'm gonna say it's amazing. Yeah. No, great work on this. Love that. Needs a Sting ending. And I think it'll be solid after that. I would probably move the hi-hat on this one too, just to leave room for that vocal in the center and your drums. Speaking of drums, so drum placement depends on what you're doing, right? There's a couple different ways you can approach it. Now, for like hip hop pop stuff, like you can kind of get away with different things. You know, there's like no hard rule, right? But this is how I approach it. So the center of my mix, I always want to save for kick, snare, clap, main keys, vocals, lead vocals, things like that. And then everything else I'll kind of move around. Like percussion stuff I'll have in different areas. If I have a couple hi-hats, I may have a couple hi-hats. One may be a little more left, one may be a little more right in like hip hop stuff, pop stuff, whatever, electronic stuff. If I'm mixing live drums, that's when I'm a little more intentional about the placement of sounds. If it's like a live drum kit and I want it to feel live, you can approach it one of two ways. You can approach it as if you're in the audience and you're looking at the band on the stage. So if you're looking at a band on the stage, and let's assume the drummer's like right-handed. Let's assume the drummer's right-handed. It's just a regular drum setup, right? Where you're hitting the snare with your left hand, you're hitting hi-hat with your right hand. Hi-hat, so y'all looking at a different. Well, yeah, hi-hat's over here. So I'm on the stage, right? You're looking at me on the stage. My hi-hat would be here, because naturally my hi-hat's here. My snare would still be in the center. Kick is in the center. If I have toms, right? So let's say I have 3 toms or 2 toms on top and a floor tom. So I'll have the high tom over here. I'll have the mid tom like right here, or maybe, yeah, do. And then I'll have the floor tom like over here, and I'll mix it like that. So if you hear me do a roll on the toms, you'll hear the panning of it. Same with my crashes and my ride cymbals. My ride cymbal will usually be over here somewhere. Crash cymbals are like up here, one right here, maybe a little splash somewhere. And that's how I'll mix my drum. So you can mix it that way, or you can mix it as if you're the drummer playing the drums on the stage. So if you're in my seat and you're mixing, then you would flip it basically as if you're sitting behind the set. So those are the two ways that you could approach the drum mix from like a live drum perspective. Hope that makes sense. So yeah. And then like hip hop stuff, electronic stuff, like snare rolls, I'll have fun with those as well. Sometimes I'll pan those to where they're doing cool different things. Sometimes it may just be like in the middle. But I think it's dope when you kind of do some cool panning stuff. I like to hear that, especially in hip hop, pop stuff, R&B. So yeah, quick little thing on that. But yeah, that was dope. I want to do a strings track with reverse panning. Yeah, same with strings. I actually learned that from my wife because she played violin, and she had told me like, yes, she had like told me how it's organized in an orchestra, and I was just like, you know what, I never thought of that. That makes sense. The thing that the thing that bothers me, that it messes with my brain in terms of the orchestra, is the bass, because I always want my bass in the center. So like I'm torn, because I'm like, do I want to mix this as like a true string section, or do I want to follow my hip hop producer brain and put the bass in the middle? Because yeah, that's an internal struggle I have sometimes. Like literally, sometimes I will move the strings over into the center. So 50 always does it from the listener's perspective on the final song. Yep. Boom. So, all right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. We got Joey. Joey's up next. Shout out to Joey. Shout out to my new Sync Producer Hub members in the building. Says tonight's submission, Baby in the Corner, R&B hip hop, dark driving song filled with emotion and pretty R&B guitar work. Excited to see what y'all think. Let's go. Yeah. On guitar. Ooh. Vibes. Love the bass too. Love that little turnaround melody. Yeah, nice ending too. That sound effect. That little riser thing, I would carve out some of the high end on the EQ on that. It got a little sharp, but no, this is dope. This is a vibe. Other thing I would be mindful of is the the crackle, the vinyl noise. Again, that's always like that. It depends on who you send it to, depends on how they're using it. It's always safe to have a version without it, because sometimes they don't want it as much. So to have it to where, they can control it or just take it out, is always good for sync. But yeah, good work on this. Super dope vibe. Love the guitars. Dope stuff. I rock with it. I think that joint's good to go. KJ mentioned turning it up with the mastering. But yeah, good stuff. Cleo. Yep, no doubt, man. Keep it up, bro. All right, we got Mirage, R&B, hip hop. This is a track about chasing someone who keeps showing up and disappearing. That feeling where it's real when you're in it, but every time you reach for it, it's gone. Futuristic, hypnotic production with a warped clarinet lead, Middle Eastern feel. This should be interesting. Sub bass and a lot of negative space. I could see this living in shows like Euphoria, Atlanta, or anything with that late night, slightly surreal relationship tension. Yeah. Let's check this out.
No name in my stream. Faxed it at 11:30. 3 dots start to blink. And nothing, you left me on scene. Late night, lonely, you're away. Where are you? Do I have to ask? It's on and off, I can't take it. Are you here? Are you in my past? You move like a mirage in the night. Close enough that I think I can reach. I touch once, you fade fast. I'm chasing something that was never there. Your love flickers, then it's gone again. Every word replays back in my head. I call out, no response. Just another mirage in the air.
Y'all peep the vibrato?
I am my name, sweet scent of your lies in the air. You run, I chase, all we play a hide and seek. Wicked game you play, got me feeling so insane. You're here, then nowhere, evaporated thin air. You move like a murderer in the night. Heat close enough that I think I can reach. I touch once, you fade fast. I'm chasing something that was never there. Your love flickers and it's gone again. Every word replays back in my head. I call out, no response. Just another mirage in the air. You fade out, I see clear. I step back, you appear. Leave the heat, leave the glare. Let you be a mirage in the air.
The control is crazy.
That I think I can reach. I touch once, you fade fast. Now I'm chasing something that was never there. Your love flickers and it's gone again. Every word replays back in my head. I call out, no response. Just another mirage in the air.
It's so syncable, man. It's just a matter of time before the syncs just start piling up. Yeah, that was good. Great vocal performance. The style. Yeah, you nailed it. Love the clarinet, vocals, dynamics, productions on point. Yeah. Vibes. Some little tweaks on the vocal mix, and we got a new chart song right here. Mr. High C's rocking with it. It's hot. Driving the car and singing at the top of my lungs. Let's go. Janelle has officially fallen in love with your voice. Yeah. It's another one, man. I'm glad I stopped picking winners. Cutting people is getting harder. It really is. It really is, man. Yeah, good work. Yeah. I heard there were some issues in the camp though recently. He ran like some I don't know what was going on, but basically he was just like F the show. And yeah, it was I don't know. They got some drama going on over there. So I don't know. But let's keep it moving. Yeah, it would suck for them to lose him because like he like that his sound is like them. Like that's it made that show what it is sonically, in my opinion. All right, TJ. Good evening, everybody. I made a popish, feel good type beat called Sunshine and wanted to share with you guys. Let me know what you think. So that show is in trouble. The guy who plays the dad just died, so I don't know. Love the show and want to see more. Oh man, I didn't know that. I know Cleo can take his spot. Just like just put Cleo in there. Let him run up the music. Oh, it's feeling sunshiny. Just with that progression. What song is that? The chord. Oh man, it's in my head. I cannot think of it. I hear it. Somebody gonna say it or it's gonna come to me. Continue. Nice. Yeah, I rock with that. If I could think of the song, man, I would yes, it is. 80s. Man, it has that vibe all over it. Anyways, it'll come to me randomly like 3:42 in the morning. I think the vocals, if like the vocals done in that 80s style, I think would be great. It would be a great replacement track for songs like that just kind of had that time of my life. Is that it? Man, I can't even I'm trying to think of what they're saying when that chord hits. That's what I can't think of. That might be it. But yeah, good work. I like that, TJ. I think, yeah. That joint, that has some great potential for some happy, feel good stuff like that. Is usually good to have some. Usually they're looking for like lyrics because it's like a scene, like a montage. I can hear that being used for like a montage. I don't think so, Alice. I can't. Like literally everybody's trying to think of this joint. It's crazy because when the chord hits, I hear it, but as soon as it moves, it goes away. Like, and I can't hear it anymore. Oh man! All right, Daryl Daniels, Shadows of the Undead is a fast-paced electronic pop track driven by dark pace, haunting synths and cinematic strings, blending atmospheric tension with a confident rhythmic pause. Airy choruses add a dreamy, uplifting touch to the track, creating a catchy and atmospheric hook that still carries a hint of mystery, making it a great fit for stylish, high-energy scenes in drama, action, or light supernatural settings. It has that chord in there too. I could definitely hear that. Yep, it has that song has that chord too. Was it like a flat six that kind of walks back up to the one? All right, let's see. I like this. It's creative. This is the tension right here. Nice switch up. I like how it came back to the main idea here. Tritones never fail. Level 42, something about you? Let me see. No, it was something else, man. I can't even it's gonna come to me. So yes, I can hear I see what he's saying when he talks about the light supernatural settings. This could be for like some futuristic sci-fi stuff with the sound selection. We got some of the tension. Yeah, this is a cool track. Yeah, mix is nice. I think it's ready. Nice ending. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yep. So I thought of that one. Is that might be the one? Is that the one you had mentioned? Now I gotta go back and listen to it. Good work, Daryl. Oh, did I skip Allison? I think I skipped you on accident. No, it's not. It's not that one either. I hear that one. I can hear that one. Bro, all right. Dude, I got to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Let's play Allison's. Okay, so this is for the sound alike for the Cosby Show brief. Still need to add some ear candy and earworms, but I feel pretty good about it. Let's check it out. Alice, yes, you did. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah. Definitely on brief. It's not Israel. It's not Israel Houghton. I think you nailed the vibe on this. As far as the sound alike, the instrumentation and everything is there. So yeah. Yep. Add those earworms and ear candy and ear insects and yeah, that joint would be good to go. It is definitely Cosby-ish. Yeah. Allison's crazy with the, I'm telling you, dude, like that's why I'd be tripping. She was like, I started producing 5 years ago. But though when you hear her background though, you understand where all the musical influences come from. Yeah, good work on that, Allison. Mark Allen said, great tracks. We got Larry Bradshaw. Since all of you amazing producers are out here harping and arping with arpeggios, I just had to make me some arps. I cooked up a hip-hop dish and added some orchestral stuff in, then sprinkled in a little bit of that R&B seasoning and made it pop with a hint of rock guitar garnish. Run it again. Let's check it out. Come on, ARP. I like this. Okay, dope. Yep. This is what you felt from this. That's funny. Woo, synth. Yeah, that arp with the chords is crazy. Sheesh. Yeah. Went straight to crack. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. That's dope, dude. I think only thing I would want on here, I would uncompress those drums a little bit to give them a little more dynamic so we can feel them a little bit more, because they sound just a little over compressed. But that joint's a vibe, dude. I rock with that. Come on, arpeggios. No doubt. That's hilarious, man. Yeah. Vibes for sure. Let's go. Larry Bradshaw with the heat. I like that. All right, we got Terry Thompson up next. It says, submitting this one, too little time to see if anyone has any ideas of where this could fit in or where it could be used. Infomercials, maybe, ads. Thanks for any and all insights and thoughts. I hear the ARP in this one. I would take one of these keyboards out at this part. It gets kind of busy right here. This section here, I would pull something from either before that or after that to kind of keep it consistent. It kind of takes me somewhere else, mood wise. Here, it made me, in terms of like a scene, it kind of felt almost like dramedy. Yeah, I think in the second verse, I would bring it back to this a little more minimum. I like the bass, with the drums. Definitely feels like it could be used for some some kind of dramedy scene. Maybe tasking, some tasking music, like when people are like doing stuff, working on stuff. I can hear it being used on some stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I would do. I'll probably switch that second verse to something a little more consistent with what you had in the rest of the track, and then maybe pull out one of these electric piano sounds, and then maybe just, if you bring in another sound, just play something that you already had going, whether it's the chords or melody, and then just kind of layer it if you want to build the end of the track. And then let's see and then a Sting ending, and you'll be good. Yep, Sting ending. Yep, that's what I would do with that one. And now I can hear some type of show, either tasking or kind of comedic drama stuff happening. All right, Miguel, we're going to save to the end. Aaron Island is up next. He said he hoped all is well. Oh, we got straight into it. Hold on, I wasn't even ready. No doubt, Terrence. Oh, I didn't expect a key change. Yeah, I'm not mad at that either. Having the bass go throughout the thing, it carried a lot of weight. Yeah. Brass can come up a little bit in the mix. How you could probably get away with that ending. That would be a dope part to have. Yeah, I like this though. The vocal thing, as long as that's clear and original. If it's a sample, you probably have to scratch it. But yeah, nice cinematic hip hop track. Yeah. reverse cymbal into the ending. That could make it stand out more as a Sting ending. Or you can just go, yeah, you can do that. Either way, yeah, the having that reverse cymbal just to boom transition into the end. So yeah, good work. I hear y'all. We got James McGregor up next. Rain Showers 2024. Check it out. Yeah, I think the vocal sample made it kind of hard to place it. So probably have a version without it.
Because I'm standing on my mind. They say mind over matter, but who holds the latter days to know they'll be the best days? Best days are the rest days, and the rest days are the best in life. So live your light for today. Rainy days and showers don't last all day. Live your life for today. Mama always said there'll be days like these, but these days Mama ain't on her knees, praying for the one she loves, still trusting above. So these days are the best days, and the best days are the rest days. So Mama's living her life, letting her light shine.
I'll turn the vocals up.
Don't last all day. Live your life for today.
We just need videos from James. 100%. They're too good.
Live your life for today. I can't reach the
Yeah, this would be for like a specific placement if they're asking for something theme songs with certain types of
days
themes.
best in life. So live your
I just think the vocals would have to come up for it to work, or the instrument would have to come down a little bit in the mix to kind of balance it out. And then let's see how it ends.
today.
And then a proper Sting ending. It is definitely has those vibes. Yeah, love the progressions too. Move the bells closer to center, auto pan them. That would be dope. Yeah. Yep. Good stuff. I rock with it. I think I found it. Who was that? TJ. Sister Sledge, We Are Family. That's what it was reminding me of. Yes, the tempo. That's the song. Sister Sledge, We Are Family. I had to get that. I had to figure that out, man. That's the song. That is the song. That progression. Do y'all hear it now? Oh man. That was tough. All right. Play James. Matthew. Hello, gang. Track Make History. Orchestral trap. Still the same lane. From the next LP coming. Imagine vocals above. Someone is actually recording. Okay. I tried to keep it more simple than usual. Less effects. And played with edit points here and there. Inspiration, a track that Janelle made for March Madness. If I remember well, edit points were crazy. Any critics is welcome. Enjoy. Let's go. Sister Sledge, We Are Family. Still say rejoice in the Lord. Nice intro. 808's going crazy, dude. Edit points. I hear them. Didn't Matthew go crazy on the 808's last track he submitted? We need more edit points. More. Oh, where to add them? Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic with this one and telling them to add more. Okay, so where I like to place them is usually like before or after a section. So you could throw one right after the verse, between the end of the verse into a hook. You could throw one right after the first hook, have an edit point, like a sting after the first hook, have a little 4 bars or whatever, and then go into the second verse. So like in those little spaces, you can kind of create those edit points, like, you know, usually before a hook or before a verse. I'm trying to think. Yeah, those are usually usually where I'll place them. But yeah, good work. I think that's really good. Let's go. Sound design is crazy. Edit points for days. This is a complete track, has everything. Edit points are golden. I got you. People have tracks that are really well done but might not have edit. Okay. All right. Yeah, if we get a track that doesn't have like as many edit points, I'll point out exactly like where I would put it to kind of demonstrate. I'll do my I'll do my vocal version of a sting ending. All right. Kenneth, I guess I'll submit one for this week. LOL theme runner. Let's check it out. Sound like some type of action movie. So right there, dun, give it 4 bars and then come in with the verse. You can throw one right there. This is dope. Kind of almost like industrial kind of vibes. That's kind of one right there. It was a break. Yeah, it is. Yep. So then you could throw one while that's building up. You can have it build up into just like maybe here put like a bass drop, boo, then a little space, and then come in with the hook, the final hook. It seems like. Yeah, this is fire, Kenneth. We gotta hear more. That's it. That joint ready. But that could work. That could work as is, or you could add those edit points where we kind of pointed them out. So yeah, good work on this fight scene. 100%. I can hear that being used in the movie. Love the theme going throughout. Has a great rhythm, nice tempo. Yeah, that's dope. And that seemed like one of those placements that'll play for like a long time. Like they'll use that joint for like a whole dang on fight scene for like a minute and a half or something, like the whole 2 minutes. And also it easily loopable too. So dope. We played Demetrix. Vincent, we got one from Vincent, 50 Vince. All right, says today's submission is a track I've been working on for a couple weeks now. Back in the game. This one is a pop rock and hip hop hybrid song built specifically for sports promos, teasers, and broadcast sync with a strong focus on comeback and redemption energy. Note on vocals, the current version features AI generated vocals used purely as a placeholder reference. The lyrics were 100% written by me. AI changed a bit of the arrangement. It always does, doesn't it? It's just like it's always got to throw its own little thing in there. And it was only used to quickly prototype a vocal idea. All right, let's check it out. Back in the game.
Yeah. We back now. Turn me up. Yeah. Came from the ground, now we up in the light. Feel that energy, yeah, that's the vibe. No hesitation, we locked in the drive. Whole team ready.
I say just create a version with them and just let that be the version.
Yeah, we came for the crown. No shame, top spot, that's the only lane. We back in the game right now. Turn it up, let them hear that sound. When the pressure hits, we don't change, we rise up. We back in the game, yeah, we ride that way. No slowing down, we don't play. Feel that bounce in the bass. Every move we elevate, yeah, we locked in place. Whole squad moving the same. From the spark to the flame. Now they watching the name. Came with the vision, I stayed on the grind. Built from the pressure, I turned it to shine. Nothing was given, I took what was mine. Step by step, now we cut in the line. They wanna follow, but can't keep the pace. Too many moves, I don't leave a trace.
Did a good job, though.
Goal, never second place. Now we ahead and we setting the pace. Yeah. Hands up, feel the sound. We don't ever back down. When the lights get bright, yeah, we stepping out. Turn it up, let it go. Let the whole world know. We've been ready for
Oh yeah, that same,
now it's go time.
that rhythm.
Every move got purpose, no play. They been watching that, they know the name. We don't switch up, we just raise the game from the ground to the top. That climb, now we here, yeah, this our time. Energy high, can't decline. We don't stop, we redefine. We back in the game, no breaks, all gas, no brakes. We don't fade, yeah, we came for the crown. No shame, top spot, that's the only lane. We back in the game, right now, turn it up, let them hear that sound. When the pressure hits, we don't change, we rise up. We back in the game, now we pushing the limits, no holding back. Full speed ahead, yeah, we on the track. Everything earned, yeah, we built like that. Turn pressure to power, no looking back. Yeah, we thrive in the heat, that's facts. Every move got weight, no lack. They can talk, but they don't react. When it's time, we the ones that act. Hey, feel that rhythm is taking control. Every hit got a mind of its own. We don't fall, yeah, we stick to the code. From the start to the top, that road. Now we level up.
I know, right?
Everything we want, we achieve. No doubt, yeah, we plant that seed. Now it's going into what we need. Yeah, we back and we here to stay. No luck, we don't leave it to fate. Every moment we elevate. Now they watching us dominate. Now they watching us dominate.
Yeah, that's dope. But I guess at this point all I gotta do is get the final vocal on there, and yeah, that's it. Like, you follow the winning formula with that one. That rock, hip hop, and the rhythm, the cadence, that's gonna work well. Reminds me of a game scene on All American. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, vocals are wild. The delivery is crazy. Yep. Yep. That's what they yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Let's go. That's gonna be a winner for sure. AI is hilarious though. That joint be missing words sometimes. It's just leave out a whole word. It don't even make sense no more. Put the word back in there. All right, we played Janelle's. We got Philip Scott Bailey in the building. Hip hop dramedy track from my album Glamour and Gossip Made for Reality TV. That's a good title for that too. Here we go. Edit point. Let's go. Love where those 808s are sitting. There we go. That's another one, like right after that that section there. Orchestral percussion for the wins on dramedy, man. I missed you got the little tag at the end. Hold on. The DJ horn interrupted. I got too happy. This is kind of neat. Think about it. You got the main sting ending. They can use that. And they got that little thing at the end if they want to make the sting ending a little bit more pretty. That's options. That's low-key brilliant. Philip just gave us a secret. We're gonna call this the double stinger. There you go. The double stinger. So let's see. Over the last couple weeks, we came up with the what do we call the other one, at the stinger at the beginning? The pre-sting or something like that. Intro sting. And then now we got the double stinger. Shout out to Philip. He just gave us the double stinger. Super functional. It was just enough space in there to be able to get each one in a clean way. I ain't mad at that. We'll be implementing. Thank you. All right, we got Jason up next with Stowaway. My submission for the hip-hop Caper Lil Kev opportunity. A playful dramedy hip-hop cue. I remember this one. Driven by mischievous pizzicato and sneaky spiccato strings over punchy hip-hop drums. Low brass and staccato choir. There's a lot of staccato in here. Add a touch of light suspense while it sound like we cooking something, while maintaining a quirky tongue-in-cheek tone. Perfect for comedic reality TV moments, sneaky schemes, awkward investigations, or characters trying to get away with something. Boom. Exactly. Yes, I remember listening to this, going through the submissions, and thinking to myself, this dude doesn't play keys. This sounds amazing. It's like perfectly in scale. At this part, I just shook my head. I was just like, that's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Shenanigans afoot. To whisper that one time in an actual submission. Love the breaks. Now that we learned something new, we need a double sting ending of this one. No, this was dope though. It was dope. It made the playlist for sure. I've been a singer who can sight read my whole life, just never practice. That's, you know what? That's probably why. 'Cause like, if you can sing the right notes, then you're just transferring that skill to something with buttons. But that makes it make sense. That makes it make sense. Thank you for putting my brain at ease. Good work. Build up was fire. Agreed. Are there any sustained notes in here? But then they showed up in the background. Yep. Yeah. Tiptoeing. Let's go. Oh man, one more. Goodness, that Dramedy album from KJ, boy. That thing is a problem. All right, we got Keith up next. The action and tension continues. High stakes and uncut gems. Let's check it out. What is that? Is that bread? What is that? I don't know what that is. It looks like loaves of bread standing upright. Tension Keith is in the building. Oh, wow. Wow. I didn't even know that was an emoji. I like that build up into these drums. Double sting ending is what we need. No, this is solid. Yep. Nice sting ending. Nice build up. I can see that build up happening. Nice percussion. Nice transitional sounds. Yeah, I like this. Shout out to the action tension. Let's go, Keith. Shout out to the action tension cues. Volume 1. Everything is sounding cohesive too. Levon Star, what's good? Oh man, you missed some amazing music. These strings are life-giving. Let's go. Sinister vibe. And always consistent with the dissonance in there. Like, I love that. I love that vibe. Single strings, they go cut it. We need all the strings. Let's mix them up. All right. Crazy. I just discovered ballet shoes. Like, wow. All right, let's I was literally like, dude, what is it? Like, I have glasses and I'm still trying to scoot up to the screen to see trying to make out what I was looking at. All right, we got Zimzada music. Well, here goes. The blood, sweat, and tears that was done on this in the zone. Let's go. Y'all's artwork has been fire. I like what that brass is doing. Ooh. %. I like the sound effects in there too. That always adds a nice little layer to tracks. Yeah, it's crazy. Nice stabby brass. Strong finish with the sting ending. That joint was aggressive. That's football highlights. Cats getting smacked, big tackles. I can see them editing a lot of like sports highlights with all those punches and stabs, the transitions, the hits. Yeah, crazy. Good work, Zimzada. That is that thing is ready to go. That's March Madness approved. March Madness, and once football season start up in the fall, it's just gonna carry over. Let's go. Let's go. Crazy. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, we can feel the blood, sweat, and tears in that one. Yeah, it came out nicely. Good work. All right. Oh man, yeah. All right. Okay. Where are we at? We are entering MVP zone. I'm gonna get a poll popping, but yeah, we got some we got flares. Where's Oh wait, no, we got one more. Wayne got one in here. What's good, Wayne? Wrote this for a recent brief, didn't get selected this time, but still proud of how it came out. Let's check it out. And shout out to Rose Jang. One of them, she eases her way back into training and rebuilds her routine. She's taking a thoughtful approach and looking to get comfortable, consistent, and back in the flow. Let's go. Let's make sure she feels fully supported, encouraged, and welcomed in every class. Help her settle in, build confidence, and keep that momentum going. Let's go, Rose. Welcome to the hub. Excited to have you. All right. Let's check out Wayne's Living in Paradise. Vibes immediately.
Living in paradise, where the ocean meets the sunlight. Salt on my skin, no disguise.
Who said no? That's what. Who said no to this?
Living in paradise, no more stress, no compromise. Goodbye.
Got to be a member of the hub. Link is in the description.
Palm trees swaying like they know my name. Warm breeze whispering, nothing's the same. Left the weight of yesterday. Now my heart's wide open, free again.
Yeah, it'll get played somewhere for sure. This wasn't a rejection due to the music. Nice vocals too.
Living in paradise.
Oh,
Living in paradise.
right there.
Living in paradise.
They nailed this vibe.
Living in paradise. Oh no. Living in paradise. Oh no. Living in paradise.
We grew out of the option.
Living in paradise. Living in paradise.
Come on, synth. Do you hear synth?
Living in paradise. Living in paradise.
Yeah. No, that works. Yeah. You were right, Soft Sting. No, that works. Let's go. I can't wait to see that joint get played somewhere. All right, we got the disclaimer from Michael Connor Music. All right, disclaimer for newbies. MVP zone alert. If you don't see Patty P in the room, that's because she's already done run away. MVP's gonna slay you. Guard your chest and don't let them take you out. Let's go. Yeah. Wagwan. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Anything. A lot of options there. All right. Good work, Wayne. Keep it up, man. Wayne got some heat over there, y'all. I'm telling you. I've heard it personally. All right. I think I seen I know I seen flares. Did I see Miguel? Just see my Spanish translation in the hub. Man, that mess was so hilarious to me. They had other languages too. It gets even more hilarious. Let me make sure I covered. Oh yeah. All right. Palm trees. Oh wait, no. Are we going to attempt? Let's attempt to do a a poll and see how that works out for us. Also, shout out to Jay Carter keeping us updated on the Native Instruments situation. It looks like it's getting worse. It looks like it's getting worse. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with Native Instruments, man. It was crazy, right? So we got Kinetic Roots. Kinetic Roots just slid in there and grabbed a spot, huh? Vincent, Janelle, Cleo. That's Jason's vote. Rule number 1 of Fight Club Hub, no talking about Fight Club Hub. Also something about we are family and having the time of my life. Non-stop bad news, yeah. Wayne, Vince, Janelle, Zim. Solid lineup. Zim definitely came out with some heavy hitting energy. Kenneth Clark. Kenneth was dope. Janelle, dope. McConnell, I mean, like all of them, honestly, dope. Cleo. Matthew did. This is also true. Janelle stays in the top 3. It's so many. Yeah, it is. The double sting. We got to put Philip up there for the double sting. He taught us something new today. He hit us with the double sting. Feel the real. We're putting Phil up there. Hold on. What's man, there were That was I think that was TJ. That 80s joint. Wayne, Michael. Michael is a wasted spot. We know how that is. Oh my gosh. Brutal. Hey, at least we got the thumbs up earlier in the stream. We got the thumbs up at least. We got to take what we can get right now. I can only do 4. They only give me 4. Demo says Philip is my favorite producer. Oh man. All right. 80s white powder cell in Miami. Forgot the name. Which one was that? That was an hilarious analogy. But like, it was understood at the same time. Like, imagine like a supervisor like hitting you with a brief, or a publisher hitting you with a brief. Like, we want something that's like, think 80s white powder selling in Miami. That's the brief. And then your mom calls. She's like, hey, what are you working on? Working on music that sounds like someone is selling crack in Miami. That's what's on the agenda today, Mom. Crack music. BJ Ward could go, oh yeah, because that one was crazy. Yeah. Let's go ahead and throw BJ up there. Let's throw BJ up there. All right. Here we go. This was extremely tough. Y'all go for it. We're going to drop some palm trees in the chat, and then we're going to play this Miguel joint. He has some romantic reggaeton. Let's hear something fall. This is true, Allison. This is true. All right, here we go. I think I seen palm trees already. Y'all already started dropping them earlier. Dime.
Te llamé otra vez.
And I'm out of
y solo
water.
sale tu buzón dándome una explicación del por qué no quiere responder. Me pide que deje un mensaje después del tono y no quieres entender que yo solo quiero saber cuándo te volveré a ver pa' perdernos como la otra vez. Dime si tú quieres.
That was a nice
repetir lo
little
mismo que vivimos
effect.
una vez. O puede ser tal vez quieras imaginar que no me has visto ni una vez. Dime si tú quieres repetir lo mismo que vivimos una vez. O puede ser tal vez quieras imaginar que no me has visto ni una vez. Me siente alerta todos los mensajes que tú me envías. Por más que maquiné, yo no entiendo todavía por qué te llamo y siempre sale la operadora pidiendo que deje un mensaje que me desmorona. ¿Será que te olvidaste de todo lo que hicimos? Echaste a un
Except I
pasado
don't know
por lo
where
que
he is right
vivimos. Y ahora vives como si nada, como si nuestros caminos nunca se cruzaran. Se me hace difícil creer que un día nos pudimos querer y ahora no nos podemos ver. Dime si tú quieres repetir lo mismo que vivimos una vez. O puede ser tal vez quieras imaginar que no me has visto ni una vez.
You can tell this one definitely feels like heartfelt. The chords, sound selection.
O puede ser tal vez quieras imaginar que no me has visto ni una vez. Me duele que ya tú no quieras volver. Me hiere que no te importe resolver. Me quedo aferrado al pasado cuando no importaba todo lo que había pasado. Me siento a ver cada una de las historias. En la galería veo todas las memorias. Yo te veía muy feliz, no sabes cuánto me duele que tuviste que partir. Bellos recuerdos, buenos momentos, que se los llevo.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Yo te veía muy feliz, no sabes cuánto me duele que tuviste que partir. Dime si tú quieres repetir lo mismo que vivimos una vez. O puede ser tal vez quieras imaginar que no me has visto ni una vez. Dime si tú quieres repetir lo mismo que vivimos una vez. O puede ser tal vez quieras imaginar
Super
que
catchy
no me has visto
melodies,
ni
man.
una vez.
Let's go. Another one. From Miguel. One of the romantic songs. This dude's catalog is deep, I gotta say, man. Full of songs. Yes, Michael Connor had a strong one. There was so many, man. All right, flares. Drop some fire in the chat if y'all ready for flares. I know I seen it on here. Here we go. So he's sketching this one out. Where does he take it? This looks like a typical flare sketch. Nice little drop right here. A peak right here. Things may get really interesting in this region. We don't know what life is going to be like once we reach this point. So let's see. That's like the last thing you want to hear, fixing a flat on the highway, on the freeway at night. Yes, indeed. Dropped in a few times. She ran off in heels this time. She didn't even have tennis shoes on. This is crazy. Oh, she's still here. She's still here. I like the rhythm in that sound he has. Dang. That's how he gonna end it? That's it? You know what's crazy about this? This part, hold on. Get my big old head out the way. this part here, it doesn't look like dynamically anything is changing, but you could literally feel the buildup here, which was interesting to me. But yeah, great work, Flares. Yeah, he just left us like, you figure it out. Resolve it yourself. Oh, man. Flares does it again. Yeah. Oh, man. It's over with. All right. Let's see what this poll is looking like. All right. Zim pulled away with that one. 37%. Bow came with the heat. Shout out to Zim. Shout out to everybody. Great music tonight. What did I? Oh, that was the poll. I see. Yeah, great music tonight. Y'all keep up the great work. I know Larry had mentioned a theme. If y'all want to do a theme night, I don't know. Drop it in the community. Let me know if y'all want to do one. It seemed like we kind of been in sports theme for March Madness for this month for sure. So yeah, that's it. Don't forget, tomorrow, Jason Dowdy's channel. Tune in. He's doing the Sync Producer Spotlight with Chelsea, and then Wednesday we're digging into my AI stack. I'm showing y'all what I'm using in terms of AI for my music production business, and we just gonna geek out for like a couple hours on just AI tools. I'm gonna show you some of the things that I've been using, building, all that fun stuff. We'll just geek out about it. It's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Link is in the calendar, Sync Producer Hub. If you're not a member of the Sync Producer Hub, link is in the description. It's pinned in the chat. Learn how to get your music placed in TV, and then Wednesday, learn how to leverage AI so you can focus on making more music for TV and get rid of all the other stuff that's just eating up all your time. So that's it, man. Y'all have a great weekend, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.